Heritage! Welcome to week 12 of your timeline signs. This week we're on cards 78 through 84. We start with Genghis Khan rules the Mongols. So we have Genghis Khan rules the Mongols. So we're going to make a G for Genghis. For Khan we're going to salute. He was a leader and also the military leader of those people. And for Mongols we're going to do as though they're soldiers marching in place. Now the Mongols were nomadic tribes that were north of China. Eventually they went down and conquered China and spread their empire from the Pacific Ocean all the way to the Caspian Sea. They were at one time the largest empire in the world. So again, Genghis Khan rules the Mongols. Next is England's Magna Carta. Remember our sign for England, those good handshakes. England's Magna Carta. So for that handshake, put one hand in front and grab the bottom of it. England's. For magna, it's another word for great. And then for carta, a carta is a form of a contract. So remember how we did law for Babylonians? This time we're going to make a C for carta, and we're going to go from the top to the bottom. It was a contract between the nobles and the king, basically stating that the king was under the same rule of law and held accountable just like they were. And it formed, it was part of the foundation that the U.S. Constitution was based off of as well, eventually, later on in history. So we've got England's Magna Carta. Next is the Ottoman Empire. So we're just going to make an O for Ottomans. The Ottomans were from Turkestan and on the edges of the Byzantine Empire, and eventually they converted to Islam. So for Ottoman, make an O. And then we're going to make the sign for Islam. And their empire eventually spread through Asia Minor towards Europe. Next is Marco Polo's journey to China. So for Marco Polo, we're going to cover our eyes. Marco Polo. There's a game that you can play called Marco Polo where you hide and people are hiding. So Marco Polo, he was an explorer who journeyed to China. And our sign for China, remember we traced those buttons for China, across and down. So Marco Polo's journey to China. Next we have the 100 Years' War and Black Death. So we're going to do for 100, so 1, and then the sign for 100 is a C. That stands, if you look at Roman numerals, the sign for 100 is also a C, or you can think of century. So the 100 Years' War, and our sign for war. And then Black Death is like this, black, and the sign for death. So it's the 100 Years' War and Black Death. The next card is the Renaissance. The Renaissance were a time of rebirth of arts and ideas and discovery in Europe and that area. And so we're going to make the sign for birth. You put your one hand on top and then you come through. It's a rebirth. So for Renaissance, it's the rebirth of those ideas and arts and discovery. And the last card this week is China's Ming Dynasty. So we have China's and then Ming Dynasty. Now the Ming Dynasty was known for rebuilding the Great Wall of China, as well as moving the capital city in China back to Beijing and building the Forbidden City there. This was after the Mongol Empire had come and conquered. They fought back and regained control of China. So China's, make our sign for China, tracing those buttons, and the Ming Dynasty were known for their building. So we make that sign for building. So those are your signs for week 12. Let's run through them one more time quickly. So we've got Genghis Khan rules the Mongols, England's Magna Carta, Ottoman Empire, Marco Polo's journey to China, the 100 Years' War and Black Death, the Renaissance, and China's Ming Dynasty. And that's it. Have a great week.